I'm in a city called Mentor here in Ohio, Mentor, Ohio, and we're coming up on the home of a former U.S. president. And before I get up there to show you guys, do any of you know which U.S. president it was that lived here in Mentor, Ohio? Actually, there's the sign right there. James A. Garfield. And you can tour the house, and if I'm not mistaken, they've kept it pretty original. You know, they keep up the grounds and the house. I think we're coming up on it now. I pass by here all the time, and I have never, here it is right here, James A. Garfield National Historic Site. And it's a beautiful house. I want to go in there one day when I'm not working. Of course, when I'm not working, the last thing I want to do is come out to areas that I work in a lot. In this city, I'm in a lot. So I'm actually going to go into the mall up here for lunch. I know most of you watch Pixie Tuwu, and she's been using a bronzer from Clarins. It's the Clarins Mosaic bronzer, and I went online to check it out to see where I could get it from, and I believe it's only sold in the UK. So I think this mall up here, one of the stores might have a clearance counter, so I'm going to go in and find out for myself. And then once I find out, I will let you guys know. Because I was like, I don't like ordering online. I think I've said that a couple other times. But, you know, if I can order this online, I will. The mall's over there. Obviously, right now I can't see it because of the trees. But this mall isn't like anything spectacular. But they have a Macy's, so I'm going to go in there and check it out. I'm just going to go into Macy's. And I was going to bring you guys in with me, but after I watched that video that Atlanta, Indiana did, and those mall cops, like, were harassing her and giving her a hard time, I'm not going to tape inside the mall. Of course, I do understand why, you know, they would give somebody a hard time. I mean, yeah, I think part of it was, you know, because she didn't look as rich as she did in the beginning of the video. She just kind of looked like a normal person, like most of us do. Because I don't know many people that walk around in Chanel and, what is that, Christian Louis Vuitton shoes. But I know that, and my husband even told me this, but if a lot of times they think that people are casing stores, and especially jewelry stores. So if somebody's walking around with a video camera, you know, it could be that they are casing a store in hopes to rob it. Okay, there's a JCPenney over there. All right, I'm gonna go in now. So when I went into the mall, which is back that way, when I went into the mall, I came across the Estee Lauder counter, and I remembered seeing somebody talk about this. I think it might have been Lisa D1. I don't know. Somebody. So anyway, it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Shadow Cream, and I got it in pink pearl, and I know you can't read that, it's blurry. So I'm going to take it out and show you guys. It's so awesome because, I don't know why, but I'm kind of on this pink kick lately. But when I was in Macy's, looks like a MAC paint pot. But when I was in Macy's, uh-oh, I got an arrow. I got to drive now. Look at this. People are so crazy. We got the green arrow, and somebody's still insisting on turning. I went into Macy's to get it. They didn't have any more. The lady was like, oh, we sold out of that so fast. And she didn't like offer to call down to Dillard's for me. So I was walking around, and I went over to the Lancome counter, and there's Dillard's right there. I went over to the Lancome counter, and I asked if they had any cream shadows, and they don't have any. They only have powder. Oh, and by the way, I checked the Clarins counter at Macy's, and they don't have the Mosaic bronzer. So I may have to order it online unless I can do a swap with somebody from the UK and they can pick one up for me, because I read on the website that I believe it's limited edition. So you know how that goes. Once it's gone, and it never comes back again. I don't understand why they do that, but whatever. Anyway, So the very nice woman at the Lancome counter offered to call Dillard's for me, and they had one left. One left. And the lady at, ooh, I love Arby's. The lady at Macy's was so nice to do that for me. She's like, you know, they don't typically, a lot of people here won't do things like that because it's obviously competition, but I mean, it's just awesome customer service, I think. There are so many stores on this street. And then it's like, it's kind of funny because you go one street over and it's nothing but houses. Like, you wouldn't think that this whole area is over here. But I want to show you guys this color, so I'm going to get to where I'm going and then I'll show it to you. Okay, so I'm parked now, and I'll show you guys what I got from Estee Lauder. The Double Wear Stay in Place Shadow Cream in Pink Pearl, and I actually got the last one in the entire mall, meaning like it's sold out at Macy's and now it's sold out at Dillard's because I got the last one. So this is what it looks like. You guys probably won't be able to see it too well in here, but I'll show you when I get home, and I'll swatch it on my hand here. Maybe it'll pick up because of the sun or the light right here. It is a very pretty pink. This is like a true pink color. There really isn't any like undertones of a purple or an orange. It's a really beautiful pink, and once it's on, it's on. It doesn't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, the box says 15 hours staying power, intense true color, goes on smooth and creamy for even seamless coverage that lasts all day, and it says that it's crease free, which I believe because it won't come off. When I tested it in the store, I thought I got it all off of my hand, and I was using a tissue to wipe it off, and I looked down and I had 4 different shades of this on my hand because I tried out 3 other colors as well. But if anybody's interested in this, it's Pink Pearl, the Double Wear Stay in Place Shadow Cream. And it was $17.50, which, I mean, if you compare it to, you know, like the MAC paint pots, those are $16.50. So, and this is just such a pretty color, and I think I mentioned before that I heard about this on Lisa D1's channel. She uses girl-friendly paint pot, which you can't get anymore. It was part of a collection, and everybody knows that anytime any like prestige line comes out with a collection, if you don't buy it right then, you'll never get it again in life, unless somebody buys up a ton and sells it on eBay and you're willing to spend, you know, an astronomical price to get one. Or let's say something ends up at a CCO, but usually at the CCO it's the colors that people don't want, which is why it ended up at the CCO, I think. I could be wrong on that, but I'm guessing that that's what happens. But anyway, I really like this. I do realize that I have the Ulta eye crayon, which I still use. I still very much like it, but that is a different kind of pink, and that has some undertones to it. And if I can recall correctly here, I believe those undertones are kind of orange, like some orangey, slight orangey undertones, whereas this is just straight out pink, a pink pearl, and it's beautiful. I can't wait to try it with some of my pink tones at home. I have expensive pink from MAC, and I think that it will look beautiful over this. I have a cream color, or like I have a cream color base video coming out for you guys. I wish that I would have had this before I made that video, but it's not a big deal. I just talk about different cream color bases and prices, and you know, if any of you are watching and you've never used a cream color base or like a paint pot or even like an eyeliner as a base, you really should give it a try because it really does bring out the intensity of your eyeshadow. You know, if you really want to make that color pop, use a cream color base or, you know, something like this, because it really does bring out the best in eyeshadows. And not only that, but it helps to make them last longer too. Alright, I think I'm done talking at the moment. I need to go across the street and get something to drink because I'm dying. I'll show you guys my cup though. This is my cup that I fill up every morning at 6:30, and the ice is just about melted in it, and I know that when that happens my pop is just flat and nasty. I never drink the whole thing. I don't think I've ever gotten through a whole one, but because of the way my job is, sometimes I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I just don't have access to a gas station or even a grocery store. So I fill that up in the morning. But I'm going to go across the street now. So if I come across anything interesting today, I'll film it for you guys, or if I happen to stop in anywhere else, I'll film that for you too. Okay, everybody,
I went
see
to
you
the
later. Clarins counter, and they don't have that Mosaic bronzer, the one that I was talking about earlier, the one that Pixie 2 Woo uses. So I think the only way that I'm going to be able to get that is if I do a swap with somebody in the UK. And I'm actually in talks right now with possibly doing a swap with someone, but she won't be able to do it until next month. So I'm kind of hoping that it's still available then. It is a limited edition. It is a limited edition bronzer, but it just looks so beautiful when she uses it in her videos, and I really want to try it. So I figured I would let those of you know who live in the United States, if you want that bronzer. And I don't even know if you can buy it online, because when I checked online, it didn't come up in US dollars, it came up in pounds. So when I saw that, I just kind of clicked off of it, and I thought, well, maybe I can do a swap with somebody. But for those of you that live in the US and you want that, you may have to do a little bit more research into that. I don't know if you'll be able to order it online, and if not, maybe somebody will do a swap with you. So I just figured I would add that in. I'm going to finish eating my lunch now. Bye.